Welcome everyone. Today I'm making a little review for the last E3 of 2014. Let's talking about a lot of stuff that happened right there. There was like a lot of unexpected stuff there, like from Microsoft especially. And yeah, I'm going to start with them, and we're going to continue then with Sony, and finally with Nintendo. The three big three, of course. EA, as a resume, it was nothing great. It was at best meh. And Ubisoft, it was okay because they shown some cool games, but there were not too much stuff to see. Only Far Cry 4, that fitness game in Rainbow Six Siege. So gotta continue first with Microsoft's one. Microsoft started and ended pretty great because they shown games the entire show. Halo Master Chief Collection, and was Sunset Overdrive, which is made by Insomniac, the ones who made Resistance. And also there is another new game from the ones who made Left 4 Dead, Valve, and there was also Crackdown, and there also was Project Spark, which is looking good because it has Conquer in it. It doesn't look like a major game. It looks more like Nintendo style games. And when it comes to Mario, and the games are made for all the people, just not the major uh, audience that is looking for something that looks major, not exactly major because it is, but because it looks. But again, that topic. Okay, so after that, they also shown some third-party games, some indie stuff, and also they shown, which was that other game? Yeah, Phantom Dust. I think that's the name of the game. That is a revival of an old franchise of their games, and it was a pretty good E3 for Microsoft because they delivered what they promised, a lot of games, and that is what we want to see from them. And they done it right. Last E3 was good, but this time around they really did a very good job. Maybe not great because they were missing a very old franchise that I was expecting to see, and that is Banjo and Kazooie. Rareware made great games in the N64 for Banjo Kazooie, Banjo and Tooie, two of my favorite platformers of all time, period. And they didn't revive anything, so that was pretty sad. Okay, now Sony, they did a job that was at best okay. They didn't really show nothing that was great because they did focus on multiplats. They shown a lot of those. Basically, the only things that I know that are exclusive to their console PS4 is Uncharted 4 and Little Big Planet 3 in the order. But basically, three exclusives plus the indie stuff. But we're not counting those because those are sometimes a lot. If you count the indie games, Nintendo wants period. But yeah, we're talking about Sony right now. They also shown what Microsoft did. Microsoft did some of that stuff when they unveiled the Xbox One, which is stuff about TV and apps and the movie of Ratchet and Clank, and a little show that is based on a little comic, something like that. And yeah, basically the highlights were Uncharted 4, Little Big Planet 3, The Order, uh, the multiplats, which were Mortal Kombat X, and Batman Arkham City Knight, or better said, Batman Arkham Knight. And they also shown some stuff about Bloodborne. That game is looking good, dude. It looks like a great title. And I think that one is exclusive. I'm not sure, but it might be also multiplat. So, oh, and also they shown Far Cry 4 and Battlefield Hardline, which looks good too. But I'm talking about multiplats here, and there is not too much good stuff from there that is exclusive to the PlayStation 4. So that looks pretty bad to Microsoft, sorry, to Sony. And they did an okay job at best. So Microsoft really did a great job. So tomorrow, the June 10th, Nintendo conference was going to be live, or better said, the Nintendo Digital event. So they started with this fight between Iwata and Reggie. It was a pretty good thing to start off because it shows that Nintendo is always trying to stay like not too serious for their people, which is the mentality we want to see from the ones who make video games. Don't take themselves too serious, but express some happiness and some fun stuff to the people just wants to relax and watch some cool stuff. And then they shown that the Mii fighters, or better said the Mii, are going to be available in this next Smash Brothers. They look kind of good. The special moves to use and 12 to use per type, which is a sword fighter, a sword user, a fighter, and a beam shooter. It looks pretty good, and it's looking like this Smash Bros. Is going to have a lot of customizations for the characters. They can use various special moves, and you can do a lot of crazy stuff with that. That is looking some like Project M stuff, Brawl Minus stuff, Brawl Plus stuff, those mods that made the Brawl, Super Smash Bros. Brawl game, one of the best and most played games of all time because all the fun that people was having playing those mods. So that was great to see from Nintendo right there, getting those ideas from the people who made those mods, and that's looking good. So I think right there, after that, they shown the new Yoshi game, which is called Woolly World, and they also shown Mario Maker, which is a game in which you build your own Mario stages and you share them with the other people. And after that, I think they shown a great game, Monolith Soft's Xenoblade Chronicles X finally got unveiled, the true name of that game, and it's looking great. You can customize your character. Basically, it's like a Xenoblade Chronicles in HD with a better story. It's looking like that, you know. Maybe it doesn't have a better story, but the graphics are really there. And also, just know that you can customize your character. That's great, you know. It's more intuitive with the person who are playing the game, with the persons. And also they shown Bayonetta 2, and the highlight of that showcasing was that it is going to come with Bayonetta 1 included for free, completely free. And also she will have like costumes, like they shown Peach costume, Samus costume, and Link's costume in Bayonetta, which looks pretty cool. And also they shown a new IP which is called Splatoon, which looks like a third-person shooter in which you use paint, a lot of paint actually. It's not like really like paintball, like little shots. It's splashes and splashes of paint around, and your team uses that mechanic to win versus your adversary, which can use another, obviously another color of paint. Also, they shown the new Zelda, which looks great. It looks great, I got to admit. Maybe I was not expecting that look on Link. I was expecting a Link that looks more like the one that is going to appear in Smash Brothers. But what I can say, there's variety, and if they want to try something new, they're welcome. But the game, the open world, looked fantastic. Fantastic. It's nothing we've seen before in a console. That's sometimes like it looks like a PC game with all of those details right there. But that's just an opinion. That's just my take on it. So they also shown a trailer for Palutena that is going to be available in the next Smash Brothers. And later they shown that Pac-Man is going to be available too. But that is besides the digital event, sorry. So it was a great E3, and the tie, it's obvious, it was a tie between Microsoft and Nintendo. Nintendo made it a tie this time with Microsoft, or better said, surprisingly that Microsoft made it to be a tie with Nintendo, because they shown a lot of exclusive stuff. They shown some surprises like the revival of Fable Legends, which I didn't mention. Sorry, that was one game I forgot to mention. And also they shown that great compilation of games, which includes all the Halo games. I'm not sure if they include Halo Reach or Halo Wars, but I'm sure that they included Halo 1, 2, 3, and 4. Halo 2, one of my favorite games of all time. Playing that game with my cousins every time I get to his house. They were playing that game, and I got into it. I was using that beam sword and the machine gun, using the cars and the jets and those little jet things that can fly around purple. It was a great game for multiplayer, and it is nostalgic memories, and I know that game is going to sell millions. Easily millions. That is looking like a great, one of the best game collections remastered in HD of all time. Halo, the Master Chief Collection. A big thumbs up to you for doing that, Microsoft. So, Nintendo, why made a tie with Microsoft? Because it's shown pretty much exclusive stuff. And they made some surprises, and they made a Treehouse, which is a lot of content for people who want to watch a lot of gameplay for their games and new announcements, which was great. It was great, a great experience to be there. To be honest, I just watched like the first day, almost complete all the day the footage, and I watched like half of the second day. The third day I didn't tune in, but I watched the most of it, and I watched the Nintendo Digital event, which was great. It was great. Not, or better said, not great, sorry, was good, because I was expecting to see more information on Shin Megami Tensei Crossfire Emblem, and well, we didn't see anything about that game, which is sad, because that game got announced like almost 2 years ago, and they shown nothing about it, not even a trailer, not even a CGI trailer, not even another teaser. It's like we only have a trailer which shows some characters of Shin Megami Tensei and some characters of Fire Emblem, and besides that we don't got anything. So that's why they didn't want Nintendo, for me, in my opinion, of course. But it was a tie, in my opinion. A very close, very competitive, and very interesting tie. Sony didn't make it. They had a good, at best, E3, and they didn't make it to the level of Nintendo or Microsoft, because they made some great job with their announcements. Nintendo, kind of short. If they want to make a direct like that one, at the very least they need to have 1 hour of footage at the very least. It would be good to have a 2 hour Nintendo Digital event or direct or whatever they call it. But if they can make it at least to the 60 minutes, that will be great. Microsoft, games after games after games and good stuff. Never talking about Kinect, never talking about TV. Just great, and they deserve an appreciation from the gamer community, because they really done a lot. They really done a lot of 180s with the Xbox One, and now with their image, and that is great stuff to know. So thank you for watching. Maybe I'll make another video later, another date. Maybe I join someone talking about more themes about games, and This is my 2014 E3 review. Hope you enjoyed it, and see you next time. Peace.